Hello and welcome to chapter 3 of Animorphs. The message. Hadas in Hebrew. The message. Um, yeah, I'm on vacation-ish and I'm kind of bored, so I'm just doing these. Vacation is a cute word. I still have an entire thesis to write, but vacation. Um, So we are on chapter 3, and the gang is meeting up, um, and Marco, a character we're introduced to the first time in this chapter, says that he has not dreamt about the ocean. He has dreamt about his sheets trying to strangle him. He had weird dreams in which he talks to. Actually, this is an interesting thing of like translation. He had a dream where he's talking to Kippy from Sesame Street, but I don't think that's a character, an international Sesame Street character. I think it's just the Israeli Sesame Street one, because in the Israeli Sesame Street there's Kippy, who is sort of like Big Bird. He's a giant hedgehog. Um, it's kind of scary when you think about him. He's a very large hedgehog. Hmm. Anyway, Marco had dreams about talking with Kipi, the giant hedgehogs. And he also says that he's had some weird dreams about that woman from Baywatch, teenagers. And he's, yeah, that's related to the ocean because, Baywatch. And no, let's stop talking about this. I'm just a teenager and, dreaming about shit. So they make fun of him for talking about Kipi, the hedgehog. And and they talk about it a bit, and they make Rachel is making fun of Marco. These are all characters in this book, um, and they're all meeting in Rachel's room after school. Um, Rachel's room is very organized, like IKEA catalog room. And Cassie seems to be a bit jealous. I don't know. She's just like looking around, going, "This goes there, that goes there. Everything is just right." Rachel is the shit. There's a lot of like teenagery um quotes written on the walls, and Cassie remarks that they are now kind of ominous, and they talk about death and battle, where before they talked about, you know, how to be a better person and, all that pretentious shit teenagers write on their walls. Um, and reflects about how all their lives have changed. And they had to make sure that during their before their meeting that nobody was following them and that nobody would be home at Rachel's house. And this is their life now, she says. Um, Jake hasn't said anything yet. Tobias and Cassie have told about their dreams, which are eerily alike. Um, and they couldn't hear. There was a voice in their dreams, but they couldn't hear exactly what it said or what it was. The rest of the gang were kind of suspicious. They didn't really believe about it. And the plot on dreams with voices coming from the bottom of the ocean. Um, and people who are suspicious are always proven wrong. This is like rule one of literature. And Hollywood, all those things. And Cassie goes on about that Jake is sort of their leader, even though he's not like a bossy type. And he's just like a natural leader guy. You'd go up to him if you needed something. He solves problems and gives emotional support because he's that kind of guy. And Cassie is, she likes him, likes him, and he's really cute. She's telling us he's like big and strong, and he's got like brown hair and brown eyes, and he looks really serious. He's like the serious type, and but he's also got a sense of humor. And then there's Marco, who is also kind of cute, but he's not her type because when you're 12ish, you know your type. Absolutely. That every teenager makes no mistakes in their life, and you're just a good person from there. You know exactly what you want. So Marco, he's got nice hair and amazing eyelashes. She loves those eyelashes. She wants those eyelashes for herself. Um, Marco is not like a very. He doesn't want to do all this. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to be in the squad. Hashtag squad. He wants to forget about the alien shit, and he doesn't want to change ever, because every teenager who's been given supernatural abilities has always wanted to reject them. Hashtag the reality. But he's very security conscious. He always makes sure that they're secretive and that everything is done so that nobody can find them out. We're getting like a whole thing of, getting to know the characters again. Cassie's telling us that Rachel is a strong, independent woman. She's her best friend. She's never scared. She's very pretty, but she's not a ditz. And she's just, a warrior, a 12 to 14-year-old warrior. And she doesn't believe in the whole dreamy thing. And then Jake is like, yo, I got something in my bag that we could talk about. And he takes a videotape out of his bag because 90s. So they put the videotape in the thing that you watch videotapes in. I was alive in the 90s. I should remember what that's called. I still have videotapes. Anyway, they're gonna watch a thing that Jake brought, and uh, they have a bit of banter between Jake and not Jake. Marco's the silly one. A bit of banter between Marco and Tobias. Marco's asking Tobias if hawks are like seagulls, do they like shit while they're flying? And Tobias is like, well, it depends on who's on the bottom. Funny. So they watch the thing, and there's a guy walking on the beach in the movie they're watching. And there's like a piece of metal, and there's something weird written on it, and they can't tell just like anything, any kind of language they've ever seen. And they turn the videotape off, and and they're like remembering the night when they got all their powers, and something they remember from the night they got all their powers. They remember this writing that they saw, and they like connect the dots, and they're like, oh, it's an andalite box or a piece of something in the ocean. And then Cassie's like, oh my god, in her head, and her head starts spinning, and she's in shock, and she falls back. And Jake catches her before she falls down to the ground. So that was another 9 minutes of reading a 4-page chapter. I'm getting really good at this. At the end, there will be a one-page chapter, and it'll take me, I don't know, half an hour to do it. If we ever get that far, if you show your support, hashtag squad love. So in this chapter, we got to know the characters a little bit more. Rachel's telling us how she feels about all the people, and we're getting a little plot. The plot's coming in. There's a boat wreck or a shipwreck or a plane wreck in the ocean, and it has to do with the fact that they can change into animals, but we don't know exactly what yet. And Cassie can't control herself. Something makes her faint. And that's it. We'll see you the next time. What happens? If there is indeed to be a next time, maybe we'll just drop off in this dramatic moment. And never know. Unless you pick up this book and read it in the half an hour. It's also, I don't know. Anyway, out. Bye.